Hi guys, it's me again, Jenny from Just Jenny Journaling. Welcome back to my channel. This I think will probably be the final share on the 3 notebooks or journals, the Here and There series. This is this and that, here and there, out and about. Is it? Yeah. I'm going to just finally do a couple of the bits. What was I working on again? Yes, of ephemera. Just aging some ephemera to pop in throughout. I'm really pleased at how these have turned out, to be honest. I think it's I'm very excited about it. But yeah, so I won't rattle on for much longer. The first thing I wanted to show you was just do you remember I just picked up some of these nostalgia postcards, and what I was going to do initially in my head was to age them, cover the back with coffee dyed paper and do like a postage stamp and a postage stamp, and then I've got a postmark on the back. But looking at these, it actually tells you where they're from. And so I think for this journal, it's nice just to pop them in as they are. But all I'm going to do with this one, is just the age the edge. And I've got, this is the poem about a tennis court. And that first, so in this is this and that. You've got the poster of the tennis players here. So I'd pop this in. And I'm just going to age it very age the edge with, again, this is gathered twigs, I think. That's all I'm going to do with this. And some of these, as I go through them, I think I might cut the edges off a little bit. To be, I was going to say, to be honest, it is. I might just cut the edges off a little, make them even smaller, so that it looks a bit like, I wonder if I should scrunch that up a little bit. Just take the edge off of that. Yeah, just so that it looks like an old photograph, you know. Just, let's take that brightness down a little, shall we? And I'll keep the back. I don't have to really, do I? But let's just age the back. So that's one. I shall go through a few that I've got to pop in these. So, there you go, guys. Doesn't look so garish now, does it? I'll pop that in. I'll pop that in. The other thing I was going to do is I'm going to pin or clip quite a few of these. Let's pop this to one side, and you'll see my messy work top. There you go. Right. My stamps. So let's pop that there. That's a prettier thing to be looking at in the background anyway. So we'll pop that one there and be done with it. Right. So what I want to do with these is have them folded. They're just tea dyed little. So I'm going to fold them in two. Where's my bone folder? Have I got my bone folder to hand? No. They're just so pretty, and they're just from that little paper block, because I said they got from the works. But they look really pretty in the, particularly in the Jane Austen and the floral signatures. And all I'm going to do with these, I've got some teardrop shaped, what's the word, paper clips. I always forget that word, don't I, when I'm filming. I've got some teardrop shaped paper clips, and they will basically hold these. Just how pretty is that? Just how pretty is that? Did I have a green? I thought, you know, I might just go with gathered twig, to be honest, but I think I've got a a greeny type ink. Oh, is it full? Might be full. If it's full, there you go. Don't have to do this though. Or you could edge punch. If you don't have one of these, just carefully cut around with a pair of scissors. Not a problem. It's not a problem at all. I like to do that so when you open it, it's like that. And either way, so. I'll just do a couple on. Let's do a couple on camera, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Oh dear. Right, here we go. And again, just actually, I might have a look for that other. Very gently age the edges, and I actually like to ink the back as well. I think that looks nice. So either way, when it's pinned onto the page, it will really give it's extra journaling space anyway, and it will really give the page, any plain page, an instant lift, but without adding too much bulk to the spine, because these are getting pretty chunky to be able. They're getting quite heavy with all my bits and pieces in them. So, as you can see, that's that one. I've actually got, let me see if I can find it. Talk amongst yourself. Here we go. My hubby bought me these ages ago. So what's that one? Peeled paint, aren't they lovely? An old paper. I think let's try peeled paint with these colours. Let's change my sponge. Do it more of a greeny one, because I think just to change things up a little bit from the gathered twig. Right. So let's see how that looks. That could look quite nice, couldn't it? Oh yes, I like that. It just changes things up a little bit. Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at how I'm looking through this viewfinder camera-y thing, and you can see the chaos that is my dining table. This is how things get towards the end of a project, when you're trying to get everything done. Let's pop that there for you to have a look at in the meantime. Hey, that'd be nicer. Right. I was just checking a couple of videos ago about when I was popping the signatures together, and my maths are horrendous. I did have a laugh at myself counting up my pages and coming up with all sorts of numbers, as my son does chuckle and say, oh yeah, it's maths with mummy again. So long and short of it is, I have in each signature, I have 25 sheets, 25 flat sheets of pages, which I've popped in, and then doubled them over to make the signature. So that way you have 50, don't we? Once they're doubled over, have 50 pages in each signature. And so front and back, rather than 75, which was my first very wise calculation, front and back, that comes to 100, doesn't it? 50 times 2 is 100, yeah? Right, next thing I'm going to do is ink these. Do the same. I think you saw me do these with the, yeah, you know when I did the stamping of the, the London, you know, the London stamping thing card? You saw me sort of double these up and give it the same treatment as those, didn't you? So you don't have to do that. I'll do that off camera. That just needs to be trimmed down. Beautiful. I've got another one somewhere. This is from a little address book that I picked up a little while ago. So I'm going to pop that in the front of the signature with London in it. Just cut that down. I'll age that with, let's go back to the gathered twig. Let's go back, is that right? Let's go back to gathered twig. So that will go, and I've got one somewhere I popped aside of the Royal Albert Hall, which would be very fitting. Can't put my finger on it right now. I will do though, I will do. So there you go. And I'm just going to leave it as it is, to be fair, but you know how I go with my heavy inking. Oh, was I going to pop it on some card? Don't think I will. Now that, there you go. How nice does that look? Oh, let's just do the back as well. I can't remember what I was talking about now. I was talking about. So, just a matter of inking them up, really. And that, where's that going? I'll show you where I'll pop that. I think it's going in this one. No. It will go with Out and About, because Out and About has, as you open it up, oh, I've actually added, since I switched the camera on last, apart from doing the lace on the back, I've added lace on the front of each of them as well. So they do look a bit different, just dress them up a bit more. So I am sorry if you really liked how they were before, because I have changed them. Work in progress, so I thought that looked quite nice, didn't you? Beautiful colours. I love those colours. I love those colours. It's going to go with part of the pocket in the front here, with a few other bits and pieces. So that goes there. Just... how are we doing? Last couple of things, really. These I'm going to leave because they're quite light in the middle, so I can leave those for people to write on as they go. This one I'm going to just pop some tea dyed in. We're running out of time, guys. Time does go on. I'm going to pop some tea dyed in. So I will ink these. Stick them in, so I'll probably do that off camera now. Ink those and stick them in round the edges like I've done these others, and ink them. And this one, what have I done with that one? I've just got some script paper and I'll do the same. In fact, I think I could always just do that now. Shall I ink it before I pop it in? So ink around these, and then I will stick them in, so when you open up the card you will have writing space, because although that's a pretty colour, I love the colour on that, it's not really going to be, it's too busy to write on for journaling. So as the others, these plainer ones, you can get away with it, I think, just writing on there without fussing around. So these will be going in. So what I'm going to say, so then that will be stuck there, and that'll be stuck there, and you'll see them in the final flip through. Look at these beauties, look at those. This is in Stevenage. There's a new town, 1953. Building began on the 11th of November. Well, Stevenage is in Hertfordshire. It's not too far away from where I live. And it's amazing to think of it being a new town. It really is. But I just thought, slight ink on the side. Those are going to be pinned in. I think I've got some Hertfordshire information in one of the books from the Old Counties book. And I think it'd be quite appropriate for whichever one Michelle decides she likes, and whoever ends up the other two, it'd be a nice little surprise to find that little detail. So guys, that's just a real quick flip through or fly through how I'm going to be adding bits and pieces, embellishments to this lovely collection. Not long to go now, nearly 15 minutes. I'm hoping to have these on Etsy by the 27th, day after tomorrow. Take care guys, bye.